Just about to start your project? Nice! Because that's exactly what this video is about. Just trying to get you guys started with the code. It's going to be a real short video. So we're going to cover shortcuts, debugging tips, and some ways to get you guys coding faster. So first thing I did was get professor's code in here, and you can do command select all, and then command A, and then hit command I, and that'll indent it properly. So we have it the way we want. The thing you're probably going to use the most here is command F, and you can find anything you want and replace it. So for example, if you don't like this being purse and instead you want it as wallet, you can do that. Hit replace all, and it'll change every instance of it. So I used that a lot last semester. Here are some tips I wrote down. What you want to do is comment professor's code. Once you figure out what a line means, write it down. And rename whatever you want to help you remember it. So one thing that I did was I changed these buttons, B41, which is related to dollars. I changed that to $1 and $2 and $5. And do that for all the other code. Just rename it to whatever helps you remember it the most. And don't write code multiple times. That's what methods are for. So if you find yourself writing code, twice or 3 times, then it's time for a method. And you can brainstorm ahead of time. Like, think about something. If it's going to happen for the computer, then it might happen for the player. So then it might happen a couple times for the computer. It might happen a couple times for the player, and then you definitely want a method for that. So, as always, comment each line of your code and use system.out for some debugging statements. So what I'll do, if I'm unsure about a section of code, say I don't know if it's really getting to here, I'll do sys out, and then you can hit command space and it'll fill in the rest. And you can type in made it to line 148. And depending upon where you're putting this statement, you might want to say different things. So if it's in a for loop, you might want to say for loop ran this many times. And then you would look here in the console how many times this sentence printed out. If you're at an if statement, you might say like whatever's in the block, this turned out to be true, or the else if or whatever. So depending upon where you're debugging, write different things, and if you get frustrated, you might put bad words. But that's always good to do, and this will be basically the most helpful thing aside from using the debugger. If you don't know how to use the Java debugger, you should hop on YouTube and find a tutorial. So another thing is, you don't have to code all of these things in this one huge file. It gets confusing, and break it up and pull out another class here and type coding some stuff just so that you can solve this bit by bit and take it one piece at a time. So I might just hit command I and the indentation is already right. But if it wasn't like that, hit command I and it fixes it. So a cool thing is that we can auto-generate stuff just by hitting control and space. So for example, I can go here and I'll hit for, say I want a for loop, I'll hit control, space. And now it'll give me a list. What kind of array do I want? And if you don't know what a for each loop is, you can find out here. And it kind of tells you. And I could hit enter. And now, look, it highlights this. And I type in whatever I want, blah. I hit tab, blah. Hit tab again. And this well, you can use for anything. So you can do while loop. So you could do control space. Oops. You could do while. As you can see, I'm a great typer. Command space. And here. Boom. And you can do it for methods too. So you could do main, control space, main method. Boom. And you can do it, let's see, public, and it just gave me a method right there. And I just start typing what I want to return. Yeah, I'll return string. And hit tab. I'll name it string method. So this is really nice because now you're just one button away from a for loop or a while loop or a method, and it's auto-generated, so that should save you some time. Now another thing that's going to really organize your code and make your life easier is once you've found all of Professor Fodor's to-do statements, his code, you'll see in the comments it says to do. Let's find one. Alright, here we go. So we got a to do. What you can do is go up to Window and Show View and go to Tasks. And this will bring up tasks here. So I have some already, but if you go and instead of having in space, you have them in all caps together, it highlights in blue, and you save it, it then appears up here. So go to all Professor Fodor's to-dos and start putting them in here, and then you'll have a list of what you have to do, all organized. And what you can also do is if you aren't done with a method, just type in to do like this, and then say whatever you have to finish. Say like finish blah x blah y, and then hit save, and it'll come up here. So these are just some little tips to help you finish this homework faster. If you guys have specific questions like about refresh display or about this add mouse listener, anything you want, put it in the comments section, and we'll have a new video for you just specifically on that. So whatever gives you trouble, there will be a new video about it. But let us know in the comments. And as always, happy coding. See ya.